So Rab and I are in the process of writing our book, which is a real blessing. We're very lucky to be in this position, but it does mean that we need a fresh photo shoot. There'll be some old photos used in the book, I think, but we do need some fresh photos because this is going to be a cross between a self-help book and a coffee table book that you can just pick up, you can flick through, get some inspiration, and then away you go again. So we do need a fresh new photo shoot. There'll be some photos with tops on, there'll be some photos with taps off. So today I'm going to take you through what I do when I want to lose a little bit more body fat, when I want to get a little bit leaner. And I do spend a lot of my year fairly lean, but when I've got a photo shoot or when I've got a holiday coming up or where there's a special event of some kind, I tend to just to nip it in a little bit more, get a little bit leaner, just for the sake of the photo shoot. So today I'm going to take you through a rough training program of what I do and how I structure my training when I want to lose more body fat. Okay, so generally speaking, I hate cardio. I just don't like running long distances, I don't like swimming long distances or rowing long distances. It just doesn't do it for me. How do I get lean without cardio? I structure my sessions with a combination of big exercises, medium exercises, and then small exercises, okay? Now, generally speaking, throughout the whole year, I like to do the big exercises with a bit of rest after every single set. It allows me to get more tension through the muscles, it allows me to lift a little bit heavier with loads of recovery afterwards, and because I'm not in a great hurry to get lean, then I can maintain that throughout the whole year and be in pretty good shape. However, leading up to an event of some kind, I want to increase the intensity, therefore I structure my training like this. I still like the big exercises, okay? The big exercises like deadlifts and squats and pull-ups. It puts a lot more tension through your muscles, which is going to be beneficial. However, doing too much of that is then going to require too much recovery, which then stops you from getting into more sessions and burning more calories, which is then detrimental to your fat loss. So, what we do is I will typically have one big exercise per session on, I just came out of the screen here, whoa. One big exercise per session that will then require rest. Okay, so it's lifting really heavy weight and let my body recover within that session. Okay, so you're talking, a big set, waiting for a couple of minutes before you do another big set of, so the example I'll give here is deadlifts, which is what I done yesterday. Okay, so the deadlifts, rest, deadlifts, rest, deadlifts, rest, and I did 4 sets of 8 deadlifts, okay, with complete rest in between. Okay, we're talking about 2 minutes worth of rest. Okay, then you can see that it's a lot of intensity, it's a lot of tension, but there's huge rest periods as well. Okay, it's not really ideal, so therefore I do enjoy that and it's very good for you. But then once we've done the 4 sets, I then get the medium exercises. Okay, so for this particular session, I did bent over row and I wanted to fire up my abs, so I did incline reverse curls with my legs. Okay, now see if I can do this. They're then skinnier. Okay, so there's less intensity, but we pair them up, okay, so it's even less rest, so there's absolutely no rest here. And then when you do finish that second exercise, there's a minimum rest period before you go into the double again. Minimum rest period, the double again. Minimum rest period, double again. Minimum rest period, double again, okay? So you can see instantly that then there's more volume of training within that second set, but there's less tension. Okay, this is all the tension, this is really intense, therefore you need that rest period, but then you want to get the calorie burning, you want to get the muscles pumped up, you want to get the abs fired up, therefore you're going a little bit less intensity because it requires less rest and we can get a little bit more sets and reps in. Once we've done that, then we go to the quote-unquote cardio. Okay, I don't like running, therefore let's get the punch bag out, and I'd quite happily punch a bag for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes longer if it depended on the intensity and what you've done beforehand. So for this one, what we did was 1 minute. So again, even these little individuals, okay, so the bent over row is going to take, I don't know, 30 seconds, the reverse curl, 30 seconds. Okay, so that's a minute in itself, but with the box thing, it's literally a minute straight, but then you're only taking off 30 seconds in between the sets, okay? So you're actually working more than you're resting, okay? So it's literally just one minute at a time. So you can see instantly that the intensity and the volume of training, the cardio, is then much more. Okay, now if I was this way inclined, which I will be next week leading up to the photo shoot, then you can start to go to the slow, steady state cardio just to get a little bit more fat burning in. It's less intense for your body, but it can help you burn more fat in the sort of shorter term periods. It's not amazing for longer term, because what I've not factored into this is one of the principles that we teach in our Everly membership is that we have to see progression within your training. If you're doing cardio alone, that progression looks like more distance. And that's basically it. More distance, more time, just do more. It's like, you know, how much fucking running do you want to do? Whereas this, it's more reps. It's heavier weights, it's less rest periods, it's a slightly different angle or a different leg position, or there's loads and loads of different ways to progress, and that's what we teach in our Everly membership. But if I was to then add in this bottom layer, which you can't see, I'll turn this camera down a wee bit. This bottom layer, steady state cardio, just looks like that, okay? It's just nice and steady all the way through. Of course, there's no rest periods because you're just running or you're swimming or you're just keeping going all the time. Okay, but that's what it looks like. I should have just moved this camera further back, shouldn't I, so you can get the whole thing in. There we go. How's that? So this is what my training looks like, okay? Big deadlifts, supersetting exercises, and then the cardio element of it, but it's short, sharp, intense bursts rather than the steady state, which I will be doing next week, okay? Now, throughout the year, I tend to do this one, and then throughout the little periods, if I want to do a little bit more cardio, if I feel like my health and my lungs and my heart need a little bit of a boost, then I might then do some boxing or some battle ropes or some medicine ball slams or something that's going to get a little bit more intensity, and then if you want to cardio, I'm just where's my cloth? Cardio can go f itself. Anyway, that's the training, that's what I do, that's how I get lean. Hope you enjoyed. And I also forgot to say that our doors are opening, I think, next week for our membership. If you are interested in working with us, then go to thekiltedcoaches.com, make sure you're subscribed to our mailing list, and make sure you keep an eye on our social media, because we will be shouting about this intake. It is limited, we can't accept everybody, so it's always limited. First come, first served. We'll have a conversation, one of our team will be in touch, pick up the phone, speak to you, see what your goals are, see how we can help, and we'll get you through the doors. Next week. And I forgot to say, like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe.